Commander, the YouTube shadow banning unit, the SBU Army's artillery has been found and detected at the position of the like button. So I want you to take out that artillery now at the like button, and our victory depends on you. Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the summary for the day of 207th, the Russo-Ukraine war, the Russian invasion into Ukraine, or the Russian special military operation for the 18th of September 2022. So let's remember to press the like button and press subscribe if you are not subscribed. Really, no, press subscribe. If not, the channel cannot grow, and that's going to be a very sad thing to do. No. So let's start off with the Southern Front. On the Southern Front, nothing much has happened, to be honest, on this side. Let me see. I think I might have. Okay, there's some things happened. Okay, so there is fighting reported at Myrolyubivka. This reported by the Ministry of Defense of Russia. So this is one of these very rare instances where the Russian Ministry of Defense is reporting fighting. So they say that there is the forces of 3 companies of tactical groups of the 60th Infantry, 57 Mechanized Infantry Brigade, and supported by 610, they tried to attack in 3 different locations. So in the Myrolyubivka, which is here, and the other 2 in the Davydiv Brid front. So according to the Russian Ministry of Defense, they said that the attack is repelled by the Russian armed forces, and this attack is very near to the previous fighting at Pravdane, just west of it, and there is nothing more coming out from this fighting reported within Kherson. But given the size of the force, the Ukrainian forces or whoever those people are, which I allegedly, basically, I just call them commandos. They are too small to make a difference, especially when there are actually armored vehicles and like IFB actually still deployed within the city. So I think maybe the Ukrainian forces also did not expect there are armored vehicles within the city so far away from the front, and which means that the Russians are pretty well prepared for this kind of amphibious assault or infiltration by the Ukrainian forces within the rear of the front line. So this is gonna, I believe, this is gonna give the Ukrainians some food for thought. Basically, they can't really go to the rear and wreak havoc just like what they have done within the Bilohirka offensive, where there is not much defense in depth in those regions. So the Mykolaiv front seems to operate pretty differently for the Russian side. And that's all from the Mykolaiv front. Over at the Davydiv Brid front, according to the Russian Defense Ministry, the other 2 locations that were fighting was actually at Seidemynukha. So Seidemynukha. That's a terrible name to pronounce. And I allegedly, or most likely, is actually to a fighting reported. This fighting reported is actually from Bilohorivka, which is the location where the Ukrainian forces have also captured, or they might be coming from Avdiivka. So anyway, in this direction down, and so there must be Russian forces over here. Okay, so this would probably be more correct in terms of the mapping, because if it's defended means there's Russian forces over there. So yeah. So the Russian forces are managed to hold this position, and there is also fighting at Bilohirka. Bilohirka is claimed by both sides throughout the past few weeks, so it's very hard to tell who is actually in control of Bilohirka. For example, the current based on the current information from Russian Ministry of Defense, it sounds like Bilohirka is actually under Russian control. So The Riba has claimed Russians have controlled since the 13th of September. However, we do have the Ukrainian offensive towards Davydiv Brid from the rear. So it's kind of hard to tell, who is actually, controlling where. Tentatively, this not so nice symbol that appears on Ukrainian uniforms randomly will be as such. We will continue to monitor what's the situation, but as I can tell from this situation, the Kherson offensive seems to be dying out. The frequency and the intensity of the offensive is slowing down by quite a huge significant. More have reduced significantly. Oh my god, my English today. So anyway, the big brain here, there's no offensive at the big brain Kryvyi Rih front. And that's all from the southern front. Over here at the Zaporizhzhia line, we have some shelling report. The Russian shelled the munition depot in Dolyna. Why I've reported this is because at first I cannot find Dolyna, and then I actually found it within here. Where is it? Yeah, I thought it's this one. I was thinking, how come is it here? Is it because the Ukrainians have actually made some advance over here? And then I checked the Russian Ministry of Defense mapping. They actually map it here. So I just move it there since I already written it. But the weird thing is actually this one. They say that there is a command post at Preshotravnev or Preshotravneve in the Ukrainian, and it's in the Zaporizhzhia region. So as per written here. So, but the thing is, I cannot find this an alternate location for this one. And according to the Russian mapping, it seems like they map it around here. And it doesn't make sense to be around here. So, because there's no settlement here that actually is with that name. So, I have no idea where is this place. So, I'm leaving this here for now until we can verify new information. But as per the Russian Ministry of Defense mapping, this location is still under Russian control. So it's kind of weird. Russia, MOD tend to have this kind of shelling reports that sometimes, the location is just weird. So anyway, that's all from the Zaporizhzhia line. Over here at the Donetsk Front, fighting is reported at Myrolyubivka. No, sorry, this is outdated information, so it's not at Myrolyubivka. Is fighting reported towards Nevelske. This is according to the pro-Ukrainian source, Deep State UA. So the Nevelske is here. So they reported an advance of the Russian forces towards Nevelske, and there is also fighting reported at Avdiivka. This is reported by pro-Russian military journalism or media. Pro-Russian military media, War Gonzo. They say that the DPR militia is conducting assault on Avdiivka. So for those that are new, DPR is Donetsk People's Republic. This is the Donetsk region. So this region here have declared themselves a new country. So the Donetsk People's Republic. So they have their own military, which is the Donetsk militia. A good number of them previously was actually from the Ukrainian military. They have defected because they are against what the Ukrainian military and leadership was doing in 2014 when they are using the military to suppress the objection of the region in Donetsk and Luhansk. So the other one is Luhansk. Together they are called Donbass. So the Ukrainian military actually sent in the military to suppress the Donbass region because the Donbass region was they objected against the forceful removal of their duly elected president. So they actually remove a president without due process. Of course, some of the pro-Ukrainian crowd will say otherwise. For many people, including myself, we see this as a coup. So anyway, because of that, the military suppressed, and then some of the military defected, and they actually fight against the Ukrainian ministry, Ukrainian military, and then caused the start of the Ukrainian Civil War. So the Civil War had been fought over 7 to 8 years until the interference of the Russian military into this conflict, this internal conflict. So previously, the Russian side has allegedly and most likely, provided weapons, food, water, and military vehicles, but very old ones, to the rebel forces to ensure that they do not get swept by the Ukrainian military. So now this is just an extension of the civil war that we are watching now. For those that are new, in case there are new people watching and don't know what the hell is happening. Yeah, no. So anyway, that's all from the Donetsk front. Over at the Bakhmut front. At the Bakhmut front, fighting is reported at Mykolaivka, Druha, according to the Ukraine Defense Ministry. So of course, as usual, the attack is repulsed. And there is fighting reported at Zaporizhzhia. This is according to the reports from the Ministry of Defense of Russia. Because they reported that half of the personnel of the 53rd Mechanized Brigade, Brigade's 24th Battalion of the Ida National Formation was killed. So they lost. So according to the Ministry of Defense of Russia, so this caused a partial Ukrainian withdrawal because the 24th Battalion Ida National Formation have to withdraw due to these overwhelming losses. There is fighting reported at Vesela, Dolyna. This is coming after the capture of the Donetsk substation here, and there is fighting reported at Bakhmut. There's a footage came out of the pro-Ukrainian side in the deep state UA. I'm not sure which building. I think it's around here, where it shows a massive devastation, bombardment on high-rise buildings. Reminds me a lot of Mariupol. So it looks like Bakhmut will take forever to conquer for the Russian side. And that's all from the Bakhmut front. Over at the Siversk front, there is no active fighting reported, but there is a video that came out from Bilohorivka over here. Around this region, the pro-Ukrainian source Deep State UA actually geolocated this video to be in Bilohorivka, which means that the Ukrainian forces are now operating within Bilohorivka, and there's a good chance that that is actually signifying that they have captured Bilohorivka. Tentatively, we cannot verify this capture just yet, and there is some crazy rumors on Twitter, which I'm not posting here, from very unconfirmed sources, according to I forgot which Twitter account, but it was retweeted by Ukraine Map, that Lysychansk has been captured by the Ukrainian forces. So that's all from the Siversk front. On the Sloviansk front at Kramatorsk city, there is the Russian Ministry of Defense actually reported that they have struck the deployment point of an American private military contractor called Academi, their deployment point within the area of Kramatorsk. So this actually kind of corroborates some of this weird situation where we are seeing a lot of footages of English-speaking foreign fighters within the Bilohirka offensive. This might actually corroborates that instead of the NATO forces actually deploying regular forces within the Ukrainian offensive or military, it might actually shows that they are actually sending private military contractors, which are well trained and really it's American, not the Ukrainian ones, within Ukraine. We will see whether we can see more of this information and see we can verify. But it is really weird in the Bilohirka offensive. We are seeing many footages of videos of the soldiers speaking in English. There are reports from the Russian side saying that they can hear the enemy shouting in English as well. So that might also reason why Bilohirka offensive seems to be a bit more aggressive and more successful. Maybe because of the involvement of the Americans. So that might be the case. There's also this missile strike on the Slovianska thermal power plant. I didn't see the report of the missile strike per se, because there is too many missile strikes and sometimes it's not reported. But there is a photo or video of the Sloviansk thermal power plant getting hit and then it was destroyed. Allegedly it was de-energized, which means it's not working anymore. So allegedly, so I'm not sure, but this is going to spell more trouble for the Ukrainian side and trying to generate power within this Donbas region that they're in control of. At Svyatohirsk, there is a video being geolocated by Chris759, the master geolocator on Twitter, that the Ukrainian forces is now on the opposite bank, on the northern bank of the Siverskyi Donets River, around here. So which means that if you give them a 1 kilometer radius around here, you can the Ukrainian forces probably have captured a good half of this northern part of Svyatohirsk, which actually suggests strongly that there might be a case where the Russian forces has been evacuated from or retreated from the Svyatohirsk city. Tentatively, we cannot confirm this information just yet, but the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense also reported shelling at Svyatohirsk, and some of the maps, I think some of the maps out there has already awarded Svyatohirsk to the Ukrainian side. So this is possible. We will continue to monitor the situation. Fighting was reported at Yarova previously, so the Russian forces, if they retreat, could have retreated to Yarova and hold this position around here and probably along the road. And Sosnovyj has been captured by the Ukrainians, so there is high danger where the Ukrainians might actually go through the forest here and do an encirclement, attack from the rear. So it's not a good situation to be in for the Russian side. And we have also sorry, this is old information. Sorry. Yeah. So that's all from the Slovyansk Front. So there is information coming out from the Ministry of Defense of Russia, where they say that they have attacked a command post at Shavony Oskil, which is actually Oskil. So this is actually the first confirmation where Oskil is actually captured by the Ukrainian forces. So this is the first information that ever showed that Oskil was captured. And previously, people just assumed that Oskil is under Ukrainian control. So this is the first time we actually see a piece of information confirming that. However, the entire offensive, the entire Slovyansk offensive against Liman, the Liman offensive, everything has quietened down. There's no more information of any offensive or fighting in this entire front here. So kind of weird that there's no fighting reported here. Really no information. No one mentioned any fighting, which means the Liman offensive seems to have broken down again, and we are not sure why the Ukrainians are not able to push further. Maybe there are indeed too much reinforcement from the Russian side holding up the entire offensive. We will continue to monitor this situation. Over at the Oskil front, other than the situation at Oskil, where it's confirmed to be have captured, the fighting here at Route C is no longer repeated as well. There is fighting, however, reported at East Kupyansk. This is according to War Gonzo, the war media, the pro-Russian war media, and this is as far as we know. They say that the battle were already going on in the eastern part of the city, in the left bank of the Oskil River. So that's all we have from the Oskil front. So this is the summary for the day of 207, 18th of September, and please remember to press subscribe. Really, subscribe. You can subscribe. You don't watch, it's okay, but you just subscribe, okay? Just subscribe, and I'll see you in the next update.